Her boss, confused. Her mood, amused. Her staff, abused. A new report from Politico, which is Spanish for Politico, describes the office of VP Kamala Harris as an unhealthy, chaotic, dysfunctional mess, much like Michael Loftus's outfit. Wow. Yes. You saw that one coming. It's like a frisbee in the desert. All right, you could. Water. Yes, there you go. All right, enough from him. You could say it borders on abuse if Kamala weren't so afraid of borders.
Count it.
The report cites 22 current and former VP aides and associates of Harris and President Biden and points the finger at Harris as well as Chief of Staff Tina Flournoy. According to Politico, Flournoy has been overly protective of Harris, and that's led to an environment where ideas are ignored, decisions are dragged out, and staffers get blamed for poor results. Said one source, quote, "There are short fuses, and it's an abusive environment. People often feel mistreated. It's not a place where people feel supported, but a place where people get treated like S." Meanwhile, Harris' chief spokesperson called the anonymous sources cowards for airing complaints to the media. She didn't call them racist, but give it time. Now she is. Frankly, I'm more curious what her boss thinks of this.
Look. I understand the predicament of the vice president. Because I've been there, man. As Shaka Khan might say, I feel for you. I was vice president from 2008 to 1976, and I can summarize the whole thing with one of my famous whisper poems. I didn't do a lot. But that which I did do, I forgot.
Well said, Joe. But I still feel for Harris. Every staff has bad stories about their bosses, even mine.
Tell me about an odd time you encountered with Greg.
Well, one time he told me I had to work on Saturday, but then he picked me up in his car and took me to this Center for At-Risk Youth, and we read to them all day, and then he handed me this bag of gold bars, told me to give one to each of them. He said he got them from William Devane. He said there's never been a better time to buy gold.
Oh, I've never had a bad experience with Greg. No, I mean, he's, who could ask for a better boss? I mean, he's supportive and firm, very, very firm. Oh my God, oh God.
Yeah, early this week, he was late for work, so I went to his house to check on him. And when I went in, there was 100 wounded baby birds laid out, and he was chewing food and feeding them. He was spitting it into their mouths. And I was like, hey, dude, we got to get to work. And he's like, we're not going anywhere until all 100 of these birds are fed.
And I fed every one of them. All right, Matt, you had an interesting boss, and let me contend that if you're a boss, you're always going to have underlings bad-mouthing you. Was it hard working for Donald Trump?
A little bit, but the good news for Kamala Harris is at least she wasn't accused of eating her salad with her comb.
Comb, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, that's the good news for her. But, I mean, these anonymous sources, they are cowards. But, it is, to some extent, the White House is a pressure cooker. And a lot of people can't handle it. And it's you're on a tightrope with no net. And you just have to do the job or not. And only the strong survive. But,
it's a trade-off.
Yeah, Washington, D.C. smells fear. The media smells fear. President Trump certainly could, if you were afraid of him, he knew it. And he could, and you just have to be fearless and be unafraid of what the next, knowing you may not have a career, or you might end up on a show like this.
Same thing. Same thing. I mean, look at Loftus. He's hanging by a thread. And that thread is hanging from his jacket. Ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Kat, they said 22 sources were part of this article. You don't even know 22 people. So you're...
Thank God I don't.
I know. It's going to be a shut-in.
Yeah. And not only that, I mean, she started with almost an entirely new staff.
Right.
I mean, people obviously don't like to work for her. And you know what? A lot of these people, I'm sure it's tough, but they should just be lucky that she's not putting any of them in jail.
Yes.
He likes doing that, even when you haven't done sometimes anything wrong.
Yeah,
So,
if I had the power to put people in jail, I would have used that all the time.
hard to
It's
be
an
doing as much
amazing
as
power.
she did.
By the way, can you put people in jail still?
Not currently, no.
All right.
He can bail us out.
That's why I had him on.
But I can defend the wrongly accused.
Excellent.
Why waste your time with that? You know they probably did something. All right, hey, Michael. The thing that bothers me about this story, I mentioned it earlier on a show you might have heard of called The Five. I don't like it when they use, I will call it bully rhetoric or incendiary rhetoric for minor things. So when you hear about this story, they go, oh, it's an abusive atmosphere. It's mistreatment, toxicity, as though they're talking about that they're living at like 3 Mile Island. You know what I mean? Or they're working at the Fukuyama nuclear plant. Did I just say that?
Fukushima.
Thank you.
It was close. We knew where he went. We knew what he was saying.
I think it is. And it's
Fukuyama was the guy
downtown.
that
It's
brought it.
fantastic.
Yeah.
I just can't believe we're talking about the vice president's office. It's in disarray. How hard is it?
Yeah, that's
Here's
true.
what you're going to wear to this funeral. Go to the border.
Yeah.
Wake up at 9. Go to bed at a reasonable hour. It's so easy to be vice president. Anybody in this room could start in an hour, and
Yeah.
we'd be knocking it out of the park. How is anything going wrong? How is anything? And, you know, there's leaks. There's leaks to the media. There's loose lips in Kamala's administration. Go figure. Loose lips sink ships.
Really? Do you have to be nice to be a good boss? I mean, look, I'm a boss. People respect me, and they know if they cross me, they're dead. Doesn't that make me a good boss?
No, you don't need to be nice. I mean, well, you need to be fake. You need to learn how to fake, and you need to know how to, which we'll talk about that later.
Yes.
I should be a boss.
Yeah.
But as far as this is concerned, I found this to be an educational experience. I learned a lot from her spokesperson, who's also her senior advisor. So it's only like one person that could handle being in charge of her. She came out and made a valid point that they are not making bunnies and rainbows.
Right.
Which I found to be comforting. Because if she was breeding rabbits in the White House, there wouldn't give her much time for, like, I don't know, controlling the border. But then again, that's not going so well. So I say make rainbows because I love rainbows.
Pretty. But either way, it is a hairy situation.
Ooh,
I know.
Sure is.
I think, you know what? I think, this is my theory, Dr. Jill is behind this whole thing. Dr. Jill is feeding all this stuff
And we
out.
need to get to the root causes
Yes.
of the dysfunction in her office.
Exactly.
Nicely
Yes,
done.
which probably is in Ecuador.
Yes.
Like, you could probably find that in Guatemala before you'd find the actual border solution.
You know what? I think all of this disunity is caused by climate change.
Yeah.
And racism.
There's no proof that it's not.
White
I know.
rage.
White rage.
White rage
White
is at the
rage.
heart of it all.
All right.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.